What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Last Stop Sports Talk, and today is Saturday, August 9th, 2025, and on this here, episode 94, I'm joined by Keegan Kropp, Carson Kropp. I'm Cody Kropp, and we got an episode today. We're going to be talking about the predictions for the 2025-26 NFL season, and so we'll be talking about playoff predictions and Super Bowl winner predictions and regular season award winner predictions. So a lot to get to. I say we dive right in, start with our AFC predictions.
Yeah, so I just want to say, first of all, we used a website called Playoff Predictor, which was awesome. We highly recommend it because it's so cool. You can see how – so you go through every game of every week, pick the winner, and then it gives you the final standings, the division winners, all that. It ranks them for you. Then you can even go through the playoffs, choose winners through that. And then you can go back and you can change one game and see how it changes the standings. And I loved it so much because, for example, like I think week 10, there's like two huge games that drastically could change the outcome and the playoff picture based on who wins those two games. And then also like the Rams, for example. Right now Matt Stafford's injured, and looking down their first 3 games or 4 games before their bye, I can see that it's not essential that they rush Matt Stafford back because they have an easy game or two that they should be able to win with Jimmy G. Then they also have a couple games that, I mean, I hate to say it, but as an organization, you have to look at it and be like, it's not worth having it out there because we have a good possibility of losing either way. I think they face the Eagles early, maybe the Bills early. So it's like, if you can hold off on bringing Matt Stafford back until after the bye week, you might be able to do that because their schedule early on is not important. Then also, I can kind of predict, like, I don't think Matt Stafford's going to be here for this game, or I think he's going to be injured this time, so I can kind of chalk up that as a loss. And later on in the season, I'm like, he might be back and healthy, so I can – it's just cool because you can account for a lot of different things rather than just trying to look at the divisions and say, I think they're going to have a better season because you have to account in the strength of the schedule. Without further ado, my 4 division winners for the AFC. AFC North, Ravens at 15-2 with the 1 seed. Number 2 seed, Bills at 14-3. 3 seed, Chiefs at 12-5. 4 seed, Texans at 12-5 as well. Then the 3 wildcard teams, Broncos 12-5 for the 5 seed. 6 seed is Bengals at 11-6. And then 7 seed is Chargers, also at 11-6. Steelers and Patriots just nearly missing the playoffs at 10-7 each. And the big thing here is Steelers missing the playoffs, I think, because how much hype there is right now. But I don't think that the main reason I have that is because I have very little – I am not on the Aaron Rodgers hype train. I'll say that. I think that he's going to struggle behind this line, and he's going to take a lot of sacks because he can't move like he used to, and he's just going to get trapped in the pocket and swallowed up. And then the rest of that, it's really just pretty predictable there with the top 4 big dogs, and then Broncos having a good season, Bengals finally making the playoffs, as long as they can start hot. I had them starting hot this season. If they don't start hot, then they're not going to make the playoffs. And
done. The
Steelers or Patriots will be in there then, which I could very likely see happening. So this is kind of best case scenario for the Bengals right here for me at 11-6 and the 6th seed. Then Chargers. Chargers have a pretty difficult schedule, but I have them getting some tough wins throughout the season to get to 11-6 and making the playoffs again.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That 5, 6, 7, or like 6, 7, 8, 9, I think either way, like, is always going to be close and tight. But the big dogs make sense, and I'll probably echo that here pretty soon.
Yeah.
So, with my AFC predictions, I got number 1, the Ravens at 15-2. And then number 2, I've got the Bills at 14-3. Number 3, Chiefs at 12-5. Number 4, Texans 12-5. And for the wait, that's Carson's. Hold on.
That sounds a lot like mine.
Reset for the social media team. Well, my top 4 dogs are pretty much the same. That's why I kept going for so long. Because I'm like, this makes sense. All right, Ravens at 1, 12-5. Chiefs at 2, 11-6. Texans at 3 at 11-6. Bills at 4, also at 11-6. Number 5, Broncos, 11-6.
Nice.
6, Steelers, 11-6.
Yeah.
And then the Bengals sneak in for getting back to the playoffs at 7, at 10-7. Patriots just miss at 10-7 also. So yeah, I got 3 of the 4 AFC North teams getting into the playoffs this year, which we could talk about every single year. But this year, I just feel like it's going to happen. Steelers, if they can start hot and hang on and avoid injuries, obviously, then I think they'll be in a good spot to get back in there. First round exit, maybe. I mean, that's what they're good for.
Yeah.
Bengals, I think they're going to get back in, but like Carson said, if they can start hot, I completely agree. If they start hot and they can carry, then they'll definitely sneak in at least the wild card spot. If at least the 7th spot, I mean, if not higher. But the rest of the guys, they make sense. I mean, I obviously thought the same thing for division winners. It just makes too much sense to me. And then, Bengals getting that number, or Broncos getting that number 5 spot, baby. I mean, we all love the Broncos here, obviously, as you all should know if you watch it all. But I just feel good about it. I think they got a decent schedule this year. And, but yeah, and the Patriots, I think the Patriots being that close could make sense too. I think this is going to be a huge turnaround year for them. And who knows, they might sneak in and make some noise. But yeah, it'll be fun to see, obviously.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. We're all basically the same, so I guess I'll just hop right into mine. Yeah. I have the Chiefs once again winning the number 1 seed at 13-4. Now that is tied record-wise to my 2 and 3 seed, but just based on how the schedule falls out, it is nice how Playoff Predictors allows that, finds all the tiebreakers and puts it in there correctly. Because my 2 seed is also 13-4, and I have the Texans, and that feels very high, and I did not expect that as I was going through, but as I went through, I'm just like, I think Texans win that game, and I'm like, I ended up them the number 2 seed. Number 3 seed, also at 13-4, is the Buffalo Bills for me. Number 4 seed is the Baltimore Ravens. I have them at 11-6, a little bit lower than you guys, but still winning the AFC North. Number 5 seed is the Denver Broncos. I have them at 12-5. Again, just super high on the Broncos this year. Yeah. Number 6, I have the Los Angeles Chargers. So 3 AFC West teams making it in. They are 11-6 in my dimension here. And then I have number 7, the Steelers. Of course, that's their sweet spot right there.
Yep.
10-7, sneak into the playoffs, and then get absolutely blasted by the Texans first round.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs, obviously, I still believe that the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. Whether Rashee Rice is there for the first 4 games or not, I believe that they can and will pick it up around him. And the defense really only lost Justin Reed, and they're bringing back everybody. I think continuity is a big thing in the NFL, so I believe in that. The Texans are a team that I find very, very interesting this year. The reason why I think they're going to finish so well is because I think the offense and defense are both legit, very well coached. Offense, Joe Mixon might miss some time. Is this a Nick Chubb revival? I almost kind of believe it. I kind of do. As we get closer,
miss some time too.
Yeah, he might miss some time. As we're getting closer, brutal knee injury now 2 years ago. Now, if he were a shifty, laterally quick running back, I'd be more concerned with him coming back from this knee injury. But he's north to south, head of steam runner. Just get him running downhill, and I think he could make some noise. Yeah, he's probably not going to go back to the old Nick Chubb. But even behind him, Woody Marks. I'm not a big Woody Marks guy, but as a speedy RB2 scat back to complement Chubb, I think that's really good. And then I think that the wide receiver group is one of the deepest in the NFL with 2 rookies that they brought in from Iowa State. Christian Kirk they now brought in. Tank Dell might miss some time, but that's okay because they still have Nico Collins as well as Xavier Hutchinson. I think it's a very, very good group. And the offensive line can't get much worse than last year. And I like that they're having a competition. I feel like that brings out the best in everybody. That helps them find the best starting 5 that they possibly can. And obviously the defense, I have an award winner that I'm predicting on the Texans defense coming up here in a little bit.
Nice.
And DeMeco Ryans just knows how to wreak havoc on opposing offenses. So I am really high on the Texans this year. I think the 2 seed is definitely in the cards because a team that I thought was going to put up a fight against them in their own division, and the Colts, it's all bad coming out of camp. We've talked about it. The quarterbacks, I don't know, man. Anthony Richardson just dislocated his pinky, and Danny Dimes threw for under 50% in the first playoff game. So,
on the bright side, they say they're using Tyler Warren similar to how he got used in college.
Former quarterback.
Yeah, as they should.
Yeah, they say they're using him everywhere. So that could include quarterback. Yeah,
get him some wild cards or wildcat snaps.
Yeah.
The Bills at number 3. I have some heavy predictions for them. I've mentioned it on the show before, but we'll get into them in a little bit. The Ravens at 4. I just think that they are every year. Harbaugh always gets. They're so disciplined.
Yep.
And this team is. It feels like they are a lock to be like they will never finish below 10 wins. I firmly believe that. If Harbaugh is there, like they are going to be disciplined and do things the right way, I guess you could say.
Agreed.
And then Broncos, Chargers, they're such exciting young team. Well, not super young, but young not even newly tenured head coaches in these positions, and the league has not figured them out yet. And then the Steelers,
The Steelers.
You got them figured out, that's for sure.
Yeah, got them figured out, and this is really, we talked last episode. I'm not super high on the Steelers for this year, but this is really a testament to I believe what their defense is going to be. I have heard nothing but great things from Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
Like him coming in, it sounds like he's going to be, which I am super excited for, just like a chess piece.
Yeah.
Like a guy who can play in the slot. He can play outside. He can play safety. He's just going to be moving around. I hope Mike Tomlin, being a former DB himself, gets a little creative with him. Moves him around the formation. Makes him like a little wildcat where you don't know where he's coming from, but he's going to be wreaking havoc all across that defense, and you know that the edge rushers are going to get home. So I believe that the defense, again, gets them to 10-7 and a first-round exit in the playoffs.
A couple savvy vets in that backfield.
There's some savvy vets in that backfield.
Smart guys back
Yes, yeah, absolutely there is.
Yeah.
Juan Thornhill said best defense of all time.
Okay, I don't want to.
I don't know what Juan Thornhill knows.
He's played on the Browns before.
Okay.
So.
I was thinking he's probably the worst defensive starter we have. So
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's probably like, yeah, this is the best defense of all time.
Yeah, I mean, he played on the Chiefs and he played on the Browns. Are his two most notable stops in my mind. And yeah, looking at the Steelers starters, I'd say he's the worst.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was
because
thinking.
even like his opposing, Deshaun Elliott had a good year last year. His
he did.
starting safety tandem dude.
Yep.
He's a stud.
They also brought in Chuck Clark for what it's worth as another backup safety to maybe push Juan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the defense is still going to be great.
Still good.
And the offense, I don't want to talk positively about because I don't know
Who knows
yet.
what's going to happen? NFC?
Yeah, NFC. So my 1 seed in the NFC surprised me, but it's the Packers at 13-4.
Yeah, wow.
Packers.
2 seed Commanders 12-5. 3 seed Falcons at 11-6.
Hell yeah.
4 seed 49ers winning the NFC West at 8-9. 5 seed Lions at 11-6. 6 seed the Eagles all the way down at 10-7.
Wow.
And then the Vikings also at 10-7 for the 7 seed. Buccaneers at 10-7, missing the playoffs. The Bears 9-8. So yeah, first I'll talk about the Packers here. I think the biggest thing here is I just think that the Packers are the most dominant team in the NFC North now. Because as I was going through these matchups, I kept dropping the Lions down because they lost both coordinators and 5 assistants. It's going to take them some time to get going and learn this new offense and defense and see how things work out. And there's been reports coming out of camp that the adjustment from Ben Johnson to John Morton has taken longer than they anticipated. So I see the Packers as having the most continuity between all these NFC North teams. Ben Johnson is going to take some time to get the offense finally going and fix these wrongs that the Bears have been doing for so long. Then the Vikings now have a new, pretty much rookie quarterback in J.J. McCarthy running the offense, whereas the Packers are returning coordinators, head coaches, pretty much the whole team, and they had a first-round wide receiver for the first time since I forget his name, but it was a long time.
Matthew Golden. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry.
For the first time since someone a long time ago. But
9
yeah,
years, right?
yeah, but the Packers have that continuity. Kean just said how huge that is in the NFL. And I think that that's going to lead them to some early season wins for sure as these other teams get adjusted. Then at the end of the season, I think it's just more of a toss-up where the Packers still have the upper hand. And Jordan Love just needs to protect the ball. We've talked about how much we like Matthew Golden. We think he can be that one for him that is a separator. And, as long as Josh Jacobs stays healthy, I think they'll be great.
Matthew Golden is the first-round pick wide receiver of the Packers since 2002 with Javon Walker.
Javon Walker, that's the name, yeah.
Or Javon, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Number 2, I have the Commanders at 12-5. I don't like having them this high because I do think a small sophomore slump's incoming. They're having a rough offseason, and that always leads to a slow start. Terry McLaurin Debo is looking skinny, I guess.
Oh no.
But he's old and they don't really have a.
Every year there's NFL players that get bigger and then they get smaller, and a lot of times the next year it is flipped.
Yeah.
It's every year.
Yeah. So yeah, Commanders at 12-5. I think they have to win some tough games in there, but certainly possible. Falcons at 11-6. We all love the Falcons winning the division. I have a bet on it. That was in the sports betting episode, and I even put my money on it personally.
Oh, how much you put on it?
1 million.
100, I think.
100. Okay.
Yeah.
What were the odds again? Do you remember?
Plus 210, maybe.
Pretty good. I like that.
Number 4, 49ers, 8-9, winning the NFC West. Now, this is a knock on the other teams, not a praise for the 49ers. Because, as I was talking about at the start of the episode, I think Matt Stafford's going to get injured, and this team is going to be struggling once again because he already has some chronic back issues.
I have a quote.
Oh.
I have a quote from McVay because I knew this was going to be coming up because Cody has the Rams higher than me and you do, but McVay was asked this week of what Stafford will be doing throughout the week, and he said, quote, "It's static throwing. It's some of the unloaded running on the treadmill. Sometimes it might even be walking. He's able to do a little bit lighter cardio and able to do some good core work, but it's more just functional strength surrounding the area while making sure that you don't do anything to set yourself back based on the trajectory that he's doing. But we are looking forward to getting him and easing him back into football, hopefully in the near future." That kind of scares me. He's maybe doing some walking this week.
Yeah,
this guy's supposed to be playing football now.
I also had him at 12-5 or something, first of all. And then actually I saw a report, went back and changed it because a 36-year-old with back issues that plays football scares me.
He might walk this week, though.
Yeah, he might walk.
Walking, yeah.
He might.
Yeah, so I have serious concerns for the Rams, hence the 49ers being here, even though their wide receiver room is in shambles. I'm not a believer in the 49ers this year, but the tiebreakers got them here between the 8-9 Rams and 8-9 Seahawks. So there they be.
In the NFC mid-division.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Number 5, I have the Lions at 11-6, like I said. I think the Lions are going to struggle early on, like I said, with these lost coordinators, and it's going to take some time to learn this offense and get the offense going again. And being in the NFC North, they have some tough competition coming up quick. So they're going to need to figure it out soon. And the Eagles are at 11 or 10-7 at 6. I have them this low because a similar issue. They don't have a. Okay, so you guys, we have some serious recency bias with the Eagles right now, and I don't even hate the Eagles. So the Eagles started out slow last year, and they weren't even they weren't considered a Super Bowl contender until about halfway through the season when they started getting hot. Saquon started really going off.
I mean, they did.
They're pretty good.
Well, they had that mid-season lull like they always do.
Yeah.
It's like, is Sirianni even a good coach? Every year.
Yeah, every year.
They had
that. Them Johns over there.
Then they finally figured it out once they learned this Kellen Moore offense, I believe. Before Kellen Moore came to town, the offense was very unpredictable, very unorganized, and they just couldn't get anything going. I think Kellen Moore saved this offense, and Saquon as well. Two things which I think are going to be gone this season. Kellen Moore's already gone. I think they're going to struggle without him because this offense isn't that great without Saquon Barkley, who I think is going to get injured.
Man.
And I don't think Jalen Hurts can carry a team without Saquon Barkley, as we've seen before.
Dude, the Jalen Hurts believers on TikTok absolutely hate us.
Really?
Yes. We're like the biggest Jalen Hurts haters.
Yeah, he can't carry a team. Saquon was the carrier of this team, and if Saquon gets injured, which I think he's going to, Jalen Hurts can't carry the load.
Wow.
That's what I think.
Wow.
Wow.
Why don't you hire on the Saints then? They have Kellen Moore now.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think Kellen Moore's that great, but I think he's great for the Eagles because
he had pieces to work with.
Yeah, exactly. And they just need some kind of functionality and coordinator, and he's gone now. So,
who is the Eagles OC now?
I don't know. No big name, but Vic Fangio is still on defense.
Yeah, Kevin Patullo.
I actually did look him up.
Promoted from pass game coordinator.
Yeah, so that's another reason I don't like the Eagles this year because this guy came along with Sirianni, so he's basically Sirianni's right-hand guy.
He kind of looks like him.
Yeah, he does look a lot like him, which is not good because Sirianni historically causes problems for his team, I guess.
They won a Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, well.
They kicked the crap out of the Chiefs.
That was with Kellen Moore and Saquon Barkley. They lose 3 edge rushers this offseason, I think.
Yeah, Bryce Huff.
So I think their pass rush is going to be a little down as well. It's going to be Jalen Carter, basically, is it. Yeah, they lost Bryce Huff.
Josh Sweat.
Milton
Williams was on the inside,
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just think that they're losing some pieces here that are going to be important. CJ made some big stops. Anyways, I'll stop ripping on the Eagles. Go on to the Vikings at 10-7. I think the Vikings are going to have a good season with J.J. McCarthy, but they're just going to squeak into the playoffs here because J.J. McCarthy does limit their ceiling, I do believe. None of us are real J.J. McCarthy lovers here, but I think he can run the offense good enough to get him to 10-7, and at the end of the day, I have a lot of faith in KOC to get it done.
Mm-hmm. Yep. My NFC, start with the 4 division winners. I have the Eagles at 1.
Oh, really? That's strange.
Yeah, 13-4.
It's pretty bold.
Yeah, pretty bold. They're just still too talented. I could definitely see them dropping a few games just because of some of the pieces they lost, so I agree with that. But it's like they still have too much talent for me to put them any lower compared to the rest of their division. But Lions at number 2 at 12-5, so a little bit of a drop off there too, obviously from last year, but that's probably expected by most people. But Aiden Hutchinson's coming back, and I think that's huge for their defense, and I may talk about him later. So I think they'll be able to hold on. Number 3, I have the Rams still doing it. Rams at 12-5 is what they ended up. I think their schedule's pretty good. I think even with Jimmy G there, he's competent enough to step in with Sean McVay and make offense happen with now Devontae Adams coming in and then Puka on the other side. And Kyron getting paid in the backfield, so he's still going to be there. I think they have enough, and their defense is stout enough, combined with their schedule, to stomp all over the rest of them in their division. I mean, I have them 10-2 in their division. I don't really like that division.
Yeah, so. there's a view or a perspective that if you look at the NFC West, they don't look that good.
No.
Yeah, but you could also see a situation where they all go 9+ wins.
Yeah.
I really don't know
either way.
Yeah.
Yep. And then at number 4, I have the Buccaneers winning their division at 10-7. So again, not like a super hot division, but I know we like the Falcons too. But I don't know. I just think the Buccaneers are gonna barely squeak it out because, well, they are tied with other folks in their division, as I'll get to here in a second. Green Bay at 5 at 11-6. I'm not as high on Green Bay. I do like the consistency. You're right. But I don't know. I just don't see them, the way their schedule fell for me, I don't see them getting all that many wins, but they'll still definitely be playoff contenders, no doubt about it there. Number 6, I have the Vikings at 10-7. And, yeah, I just think that I completely agree with what Carson said. I believe in KOC. He can obviously make damn near any quarterback work, and I think J.J. McCarthy will be good enough to get them here. I just don't know how deep they'll be able to go with the inexperience at quarterback with J.J. McCarthy. And, so I think they'll sneak in, though. And then I have the Falcons at number 7 sneaking in at 10-7. We've talked about them. I really love their defense and especially their secondary. And I think Michael Penix coming into his second year, I don't know how much of a slump he'll have, if any, because he kind of was shoved in, halfway through last year?
It was they played the last 4 games,
yeah,
I think.
So I think that was enough to get his feet wet, and now he'll be ready to go full steam ahead, getting into there and get into that number 7 wild card spot. And then I have the Commanders and Bears just missing at 9-8. I just don't like the way the schedule is falling for the Commanders, and then a little bit of drop off and all this weird stuff coming out of camp, and people possibly being unhappy.
Terry McLaurin, yeah.
Yeah, and losing some guys and whatnot. It just doesn't feel all warm and fuzzy with the Commanders right now, so they fell out for me. But yeah, I like the way it's setting up. I think it's going to be pretty close. Obviously, pretty close in both divisions, but it's going to be some tight races for the NFC.
Yeah, Commanders never really did have talent.
Not a lot.
They were playing way above their talent level, especially with that defense. So I can't hate them being at 9-8 on your schedule here.
Well, I've got them at 8-9, and they
can't hate that either. Really.
Yeah, I got them at the 10 seed, but we'll start at 1.
Yeah,
how about that? And I also have the Eagles once again winning the NFC East and getting that first round bye. Like Cody said, coordinators or not, they're too talented. They're the best team on paper, and they proved last year, the last football that we've seen that actually counts. I don't care how well Shedeur played last night.
Yeah.
The last football that actually mattered was the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, and with all the same talent, basically. Yeah, they lost some edge rushers, some pass rushers, just like Carson said, but they're so good at backfilling.
They're deep.
Yeah, they're deep. Jalex Hunt is going to step right in, I do believe, as one of the edge rushers. D tackles, they brought some guys in, and I'm blanking right now. Oh, Moro Ujomo, number 97.
Oh,
he's going to step right in. He's slotted in to be a starter beside Jordan Davis. So
nice.
And Jalen Carter. So take that for what it's worth. But they're too talented on paper and on the field. So I will believe in them until it is proven otherwise. And even if Saquon gets hurt like I'm expecting, I'm a Will Shipley believer.
Yeah.
I'm a Will Shipley believer.
Hell yeah.
He's no Saquon. He's no white Saquon even.
No,
yeah, true.
But he's no McCaffrey yet.
No, yeah.
Oh, maybe now with McCaffrey State.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
They're just meeting in the middle.
Yeah,
that's what's happening.
Like you got 30-year-old McCaffrey is just about equal to like 23-year-old Will Shipley.
Yep.
But Eagles will still be fine. I believe in that. Number 2, I have the 49ers at 12-5.
Damn.
Yeah, I am a believer. One of the big reasons is I don't even necessarily think the 49ers are fantastic. One of the best teams in the league right now. I can't feasibly believe that. But in the strength of schedule rankings based on last year's teams, their opponents combined 2024 record would be 41.5%. That is lowest in the league. So they have, based on last year's numbers, I know that teams change over the offseason. We know this. But based on last year's numbers, they have the easiest schedule in the NFL this season. Their schedule this year includes just 4 2024 playoff teams from last year.
Wow. Interesting.
So I was just going through picking games, and I think that 49ers, I had them split most of them, like they split with the Rams, I think. I think I might have even had them losing one to the Cardinals, and I still had them winning most of their other games to get to 12-5. Yeah, am I worried about the receiving core, that it is basically only Ricky Pearsall right now, and we don't know when Ayuk is going to come back? I haven't really heard an accurate timetable, and Jawan Jennings right now is maybe faking a calf injury because he wants to get paid. Pay that man. He deserves it. Jawan Jennings is good. But you were looking at a season, again, just like last year, where you're relying on Ricky Pearsall and George Kittle and hopefully Christian McCaffrey. So I think that's enough.
On the bright side for George Kittle, this actually did almost affect my rankings.
Yeah.
The smelling salts ban was not really true.
Good.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
So they got banned for teams providing them. So teams just aren't allowed to provide smelling salts to the players, but they're allowed to bring their own.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
So George Kittle's back.
Yeah.
Did you see what he said? No. He said he uses smelling salts before like every drive.
No, it's every drive.
Yeah.
I've seen him like whenever he's mic'd up, he goes like, "Ah!"
Yeah. He said he does it before like every drive. And he's like, we have to get this changed. This cannot work out. And people were in the comments like, you have a problem bigger than smelling salts getting banned, bro.
That's awesome. That's so nice.
It's like I mentioned last week. I think Lawrence Taylor was the guy who did Viagra and cocaine before, and can't do that stuff anymore.
Not quite.
Not
no.
an NFL game,
No.
so
What the heck?
Got to go with smelling salts.
Yeah.
Number 3, I have the Falcons also at 12-5, winning the division. We are so high on the Falcons across the board, hearing nothing but good things out of James Pierce. Whenever he's playing football, whenever he's not playing football, he's starting fights, which I really like that. I fucking love that. I'm so excited to get his jersey. This guy is a dog.
He fits in Atlanta perfectly.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Keep him off the streets.
He's going to be on billboards everywhere.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm so excited for Atlanta, though. I am kind of concerned about their wide receiving core. That'd be my one area of concern.
a little bit.
Because Mooney is hurt right now. Darnell Mooney. So then you're left with Drake London, and I don't think I feel very good about Ray stepping in as a number 2 receiver. He was good last year as a 3. I'll give him that.
Was.
But then they're talking about their number 2 stepping in for Mooney right now is a guy named Casey Washington, a guy who was so low down draft boards, last year, who played for 2 years ago. He was drafted like in the 5th round. He was so low down draft boards that we didn't even scout him. And we scout like 30-plus wide receivers. Yeah. And he was a guy who we did not touch or see. So I am concerned about that. But everything else, very, very positive that I'm hearing out of camp.
Well, all the Kyle Pitts hype is coming back again.
Yeah, it
every
is.
single year somehow.
Yeah.
This guy continuously upsets and disappoints fantasy managers. Yeah. They keep coming back. These guys, everybody keeps crawling back.
Yeah.
Now Darnell Mooney's hurt. They're like, he's going to be the number 2 target in Atlanta. Michael Penix just said some good stuff about him. He talked him up. This is going to be his year. Yeah. Every single year.
It was the first training camp practice. The press conference afterwards, Penix came up. He's like, how about Kyle Pitts or something like that?
He knows. He's feeding into it.
Yeah, he wasn't even asked a question. He literally sat down. He's like, fixing his shirt. He's like, how about Kyle Pitts? Oh, great.
Here we go.
Here we go.
It's time.
Number 4, I got the Packers winning the NFC North at 11-6. I think that's still a very good division. And I think that they're just kind of taken away from each other, which is why the winner only gets 11-6, because I'll be mentioning 2 other teams here in a little bit, just like you guys did, I guess. But Packers are so deep on offense. I think that I mentioned that I think the Texans have one of the deepest wide receiver cores. I think that Packers might have the deepest wide receiver core in the NFL, maybe. As far as, like, you can probably start 5, maybe 6 of those guys and feel pretty good about it. I think the Packers are right there. Defense I have some concerns just because they seemingly can never get pass rush. They did bring in some new guys like Baron Sorrell and some guy who I had hoped for, but I'm blanking on the name right now. But I think that they're going to be fine. I think Matt LaFleur always has that team in shape, and they're going to figure out the offense this year. Regardless of what I think about Jordan Love, they're going to be fine. Number 5, I have the Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not winning the division, but I think that Baker is just such a fighter, and he's going to keep this race close. And I am a Bucky believer, as you know.
Bucky
believer. And I think that the 2 games that the Falcons and the Buccaneers are going to play this year are going to be just so exciting. We might not have a whole lot of defense because the Falcons' defense is now so young and so unproven, and the Buccaneers' defense is now old and unproven. Well, proven, but proven 3 years ago. And so I think that it's just going to be offensive fireworks between those 2 teams. Number 6.
Hang on.
Oh, yeah.
Buccaneers maybe 3rd deepest receiving room.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
True. I'd say they have maybe 6 starters.
Yeah.
That could be.
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Jalen McMillan, Trey Palmer, Emeka Ibuka, Tez Johnson.
Yeah.
Sterling Shepard, 7.
Yeah. I'd probably put Shepard above Palmer, even. Shepard, whenever he's healthy, he's kind of sneaky decent. He's like a Jamison Crowder type.
Pretty much.
You say sneaky decent?
Yeah.
Sneaky decent.
Raheem Jarrett and Ryan Miller are also there.
Ryan Miller.
They
love
when
Ryan
they got
Miller.
some run, they had games in there where they were like, holy cow, this guy could be a starter.
Yeah.
Ryan Miller.
Yeah, we got some arguments there.
Cameron Johnson,
the deepest team.
Of course.
Cam Johnson. I saw. He was returning some punts pretty well in a training camp practice I went to. Nice. He's small. He's short. Anyways,
that's with Tez out there.
Yeah. The Lions I have at 6 at 10-7. Yes, they lost a lot of brains with Ben Johnson going, but I don't care that much for this Lions team because they got brawn. And they all have bought into the brawn and the hard-nosed. And now that people, like, I've heard a lot of, not just Carson over here, talking bad about the Lions. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Ben Johnson is gone. Like, the brain's gone. I've heard a lot of people saying that. And I think that's what Dan Campbell wants. Definitely. He's like, I just want to beat you with fists and see you bleed. So now I think this team probably runs more. I think the passing game is more focused on, like, basically just, my prediction is that it's going to be simpler. So I think that they throw a lot to Amon-Ra and Sam Laporta.
Yep.
I know every year we get the Jameson Williams hype too, just like we get Kyle Pitts hype.
We got a couple weeks till Jameson Williams hype comes around.
Yeah. So, but I think that this team is just full of fighters, after years of Dan Campbell being the head of it. So
they're counting us out, man.
Yeah,
they're counting us out.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think they find their way back into the playoffs. And number 7, also from the NFC North, I have the Vikings. Again, as Carson said, we're not high on J.J. McCarthy, but we
all got him 10-7.
Yeah, all of them 10-7. I think we all have number 7 seed too.
We do.
Yeah. So I don't want to bet against after what I saw over the past.
Cody has them 6.
Oh, okay.
I do.
Over the past 2 or 3 years, from what I've seen of Kevin O'Connell and Brian Flores, I don't want to count them out of anything because the defense remains pretty much unchanged. They are basically looking good everywhere except for cornerback, but they didn't have cornerbacks last year either, and they won 14 games.
Yeah.
Yep. This secondary. Brian Flores does some funky stuff with his secondary.
Well, he just blitzes. He could be blitzing 3 guys or 8 guys. So that makes it so much easier on the secondary.
Yeah. He disguises coverage so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll have 8 guys on the line, 5 drop off and 3 rush. Then he'll have 3 on the line and then 8 rush.
Yeah. He's such a mastermind. Which is why I'm not counting them out, regardless of who's at quarterback.
Yeah, he covers up these corners very, very well.
Yes. There's my 7. So I guess we can move on to Super Bowl predictions.
Yeah, Super Bowl predictions.
Shoo, buddy.
So going through this playoff predictor, you can go through each round of the playoffs, so on and so forth. And I ended up with the Ravens beating the Packers.
Ooh.
That one seed, that 1 seed versus 1 seed.
Yeah, 1 seed versus 1 seed. I think that the Ravens are going to finally beat out these other AFC teams, make it to the playoff or make it to the Super Bowl because they're so close every single year, and Lamar just doesn't. He's just not himself in the playoffs, and I think he finally gets past it because he has such a powerful team. Once the Eagles have some injuries or whatnot, I think the Ravens will be one in the power rankings. Then for the Packers, there's just no one else I think can really come out of the NFC. I think the Lions had the talent, but I don't know if they couldn't do it with Ben Johnson. I don't see how they're going to do it without Ben Johnson. Like I said before, I'm banking on the Eagles' injuries and Saquon injury. And then that's really the only powerhouses. Commanders don't really have a lot of talent. They're just living off of Jane Daniels' playmaking and Cliff Kingsbury's scheming. Outside of that, I think the Packers have a pretty easy road to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, as much as I want to bet on the Falcons and say, they could do it, but they're so young right now. They're so young, and this is only the second year under Raheem Morris.
And last year, the Packers kept the Eagles pretty tight. They only lost 28-22, whereas these other teams got their backs blown out. So
yeah.
For me, Super Bowl, I got Bills versus Lions, which is my 4 versus 2 seed, AFC to NFC.
That's what America wants.
It is.
That's America's Super Bowl.
And I think it's finally going to happen. And I think the Bills are going to come out on top. The glorious stallion of Josh Allen is going to finally get his ring. And I just think he's going to do it. I think Lions are just going to pull some magic out and win some close ones in the end. Aiden Hutchinson's going to come up with some huge plays, and it's going to sneak him into the Super Bowl. But ultimately, I think the Bills, Josh Allen is going to be on a run this year, on a sprint this year. Ooh. And I think it's finally going to be his year to do it. The stars are going to align, and I think they're going to come out on top.
Well, spoiler alert, but I'll talk more about the Bills here in a little bit. But I got to say, I love your hype for the Lions. I feel like Dan Campbell has a lot to prove this year, and I feel like week 1 he's going to come out and he's going to be wearing glasses just to look smarter. I think that's cool, and I really hope the Lions do make it there because they still have a lot of fun players and guys.
Fully in.
Yes.
I'm just both feet straight in.
Buy in.
Well,
I've also bought in on the Bills because for my Super Bowl prediction, I have the Bills over the Eagles.
Ooh,
Bills over Eagles. Spicy. I think the Eagles make it back.
Yeah.
But I think that there's so much. I'm a big narrative. When it comes to Super Bowl picks, I'm a big narrative guy. I love a good story behind it. This is why this is going to happen. These are all the variables. So let me lay it out for you.
Sure.
Let me lay it out for you. For one thing, as we talked about earlier in the show, continuity is a big thing to me. I think it's a big thing in the NFL, especially along the offensive line. Bills' offensive line has been has been really good basically for the past 3 or 4 years, and they lost absolutely nobody. They still have Deion Dawkins at left tackle. Left guard is David Edwards. Center is Connor McGovern, one of the 2 Connor McGoverns in the NFL. Right guard is Osiris Torrance, and right tackle is Spencer Brown. That tackle combo alone is one of the best in the league, probably top 10. So I think that just continuity is good. And I do like that. And I like that they're bringing back their green dot as well on the defense. They're 2 good linebackers, I guess. Matt Milano, hopefully he can stay healthy, and Terrell Bernard both have just performed very, very well over the past few years. So I think that that's very important to have leaders coming back on both sides of the ball. So that's the first variable, continuity. The second variable I've talked about a few times, and I just think it's hilarious and I have to buy into it, just angry Josh Allen. Yes. Absolutely pissed off Josh Allen. Let me lay it out again. Haley Steinfeld and Michael B. Jordan in the movie Sinners, they allegedly did have sex in the sex scene. Josh Allen didn't want to see the movie, really, but he went and saw it because it's now his wife.
Sure.
Out of respect.
He's supportive.
Yes, and Sauce Gardner came out saying, like, I'm not, out of respect for Josh, I'm not going to watch that movie.
So funny.
But anyway, that's the first reason why he's pissed off. Second reason, not everybody, but a lot of people, a lot of the analysts who think that they know more than people, the guys who love the numbers, said Lamar had better stats last year. He should have won MVP again. Okay. They gave it to Josh Allen. I was on the Josh Allen side, but there were a lot of people against that. They're like, Lamar had the better season. Look at the numbers. Mm-hmm. Their number 3 reason why Josh Allen is angry is that he has no number 1 wide receiver ever. And now Khalil Shakir is going to miss at least a few weeks to start the season, who was his number 1 wide receiver, who's basically like a wide receiver 2 acting as a wide receiver 1. So now he really has no wide receiver 1. Because right now he's working with
Josh Palmer, baby.
Josh Palmer right now is the wide receiver 1. And Keon Coleman, whatever you can get out of him. You still have Curtis Samuel there, but he's much more of a... He can't stay healthy either. Yeah. It looks like they brought in Elijah Moore, if that gives you hope. Laviska Shenault is back here.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know he was still in the NFL.
Good name, yeah.
KJ Hamler, for what he's worth.
Nice.
He's still on this roster.
Hey, he's still there?
Still. Last I knew he was on the Broncos.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's kind of bounced around. He's never actually made a team. I doubt he makes it through the preseason. But that just proves he has no number 1 wide receiver.
Tight ends are going to be big this year.
Yes. So that's another thing. So those are all the reasons why I think Josh Allen is angry. The next variable that I have is that I believe in a Dalton Kincaid breakout this year.
Yeah.
I think that even Dawson Knox has done well with what he's done over his time on the Bills, and I wish that they would just, I don't want to say push him out of the way, because I think that Dawson Knox is a good player too, but I wish that they would give Dalton Kincaid more run, because I started scouting before you guys did, and Dalton Kincaid was one of the draft classes I did just kind of by myself whenever I was just doing it for fun. And my scouting report on him is, Dalton Kincaid, smooth speed to run away from some DBs, quick acceleration after the catch, consistently lowers his shoulder to fight for extra yards. He can go up and high point the ball over defenders. It was him and Sam Laporta in that draft class, and I could not decide who was the tight end 1 coming out. I think that they were basically like a 1A, 1B in that draft class. Sam Laporta showed what he could do. Dalton Kincaid, I don't think has yet. I believe in the breakout, and they need it now more than ever with Khalil Shakir missing some time. So it's really now or never. Yep. And finally, the last variable is a stats thing. The Bills are the first team in NFL history to win a playoff game in 5 straight seasons, but not reach the Super Bowl in any of them. They are so due.
They're
so due.
Yeah.
Being betting men that we are, you know how heavily a due-ness weights on you.
Yes, the due set's heavy.
Yes, it sets it's a heavy due.
Yes.
I think Shakespeare said that.
Yes. Yeah. It's so where eventually
the dew is heavy.
The dew is heavy on the ground.
Yeah, a bit of a better himself.
Yes,
he definitely was.
Yeah.
That's what he was talking about. He was talking about like English soccer teams.
Yes, the due-ness of the soccer teams.
As he was just horrendously in debt.
Yeah, horrendously.
so due.
So due.
But that's the Bills. I really do believe it. I know I like to look for that story, but the Bills have just been good for so long, it really doesn't make sense how they haven't made a Super Bowl.
Chiefs. It's always the Chiefs.
It's always the Chiefs.
And it's never Josh Allen's fault either.
No.
It's always the defense.
Yeah, it is always the defense.
They always Josh Allen can never get the ball last.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, he never does. And I like how they added a lot of pieces to this defense. They brought in Joey Nosa. Good beak on that guy. For what it's worth, he could be a
sniffer.
Yeah, he can't stay healthy, but he can be a good situational pass rusher. I like that they brought back Tre'Davious White. He hasn't been good in his previous couple stops, but he'll can be a good leader. Yeah. Yes.
I think James Cook is holding in right now.
Yes, but I don't really care. Ray Davis has juice behind him.
Yeah, never was a big James Cook guy.
I
feel like he just runs through gaping holes most times.
Yeah,
he does.
I think James Cook he's fine.
Yeah,
he's fine.
He's got speed.
Yeah.
Some quickness, but
he can catch.
He's not special, I don't think.
No.
And he, for some reason, is never very good near the goal line, and they don't really trust him there. But he did get a lot of touchdowns last year, but that was like longer touchdowns.
Yeah.
But Bills this year, it's their year,
baby.
Yep.
All right, MVPs. Regular season.
Yeah, so my MVP kind of goes along with my Super Bowl, and that's Lamar Jackson because I was on the Lamar Jackson side last year, and I think that he's the best player in the league right now. Well, best quarterback in the league right now. He's finally figured out how to pass the ball to pair along with his run game, which makes him borderline unstoppable. Last season, I think he had 4 interceptions, 3 of which weren't his fault pretty much at all. They hit the receivers right in the hands, and they just didn't catch it. Resulted in interception. So I think Lamar Jackson repeats that. He has Derrick Henry now, takes some load off. Everything's coming back, continuity, and I don't see a reason that Lamar doesn't do it again.
Yep, I agree.
That's completely understandable. He is very talented, to say the least.
He is. That's why I also have him MVP.
Oh.
I literally just made a last-minute decision. I had Josh Allen in there, which could make sense to me. But, man, Lamar is just so incredibly good, especially regular season. So I just made a last-minute on-the-fly decision. I'm like, yeah, I think Lamar, he's done it year after year after year. And I think he could get it this year. But, yeah, I agree.
Buying into for my MVP, buying into the pissed off Josh Allen narrative, yes. I did go Josh Allen. I think he goes back-to-back. Aaron Rodgers style.
Yes.
But I just think that he's just going to be on a tear, and I already laid it out.
Yeah, I had Josh Allen too, and then also one guy I thought about, because I got a couple other guys I'll mention that I thought about. I think Bo Nix could be sneaky.
Oh!
Wow.
These Broncos, buddy.
If the Broncos end up being as good as we think they will be.
They can get their receiver core together a little bit.
Yeah. Or if Bo Nix can even prove that if Bo Nix can prove that he improves with a receiving core that is not super great.
Yeah.
I think that looks even better for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Offensive Player of the Year.
So, I don't know if I'm going to put this in the bold predictions episode or not as well, but I have 2 actually.
Ooh.
But I'll save the one for later because I'll go with Brian Thomas Jr. first.
Oh, wow.
So as I'm looking for Offensive Player of the Years here, I'm looking for teams that, well, either they have to be that position oriented. So, like the Jags, for example, Liam Cohen comes in, pass heavy. And a lot of these other top names I don't like because also their defense is good. So they won't. The Jags are going to have to sling the ball is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Their defense isn't good. Liam Cohen comes in. He's worked with these receivers similar to this, and Mike Evans and these big-name receivers that just produce. And Brian Thomas Jr. last year already showed that he's developed some really great chemistry with Trevor Lawrence. I'm not concerned about Travis Hunter taking away too many targets. I think, if anything, it'll take some slack off of Brian Thomas Jr. But, yeah, I can see Brian Thomas Jr. going for 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns, 13 touchdowns. He was used heavily in the red zone last year. He was the guy that Trevor Lawrence always looked to. Evan Ingram, the target hog, is gone too. They don't have much of a run game to help here, so they're going to have to just keep slinging the ball.
Hey, Tank Bigsby getting a lot of hype.
Yeah. Everything points to Brian Thomas Jr. is going to get a lot of usage to me. That's reading between the lines. That's not reading what the reports are saying. But, yeah, weak defense, bad run game. They're going to have to throw the ball a lot, and Brian Thomas Jr. was the guy last year.
Makes sense. Well, you want to say your other candidate?
Yeah.
Or did you want to save that for next episode?
No, I'll say it now.
Okay.
That's Drake London.
Ooh.
So, for Offensive Player of the Year, Brian Thomas Jr. is down there all the way at plus 3,500. Drake London is at plus 4,000. hear me out here.
Okay.
We talked about how Darnell Mooney's injured. Even more reason for Drake London to go off.
Or
Falcons
Coppets.
defense. What's that?
I said or Coppets.
Yeah, yeah.
Coppets, yeah.
So Falcons defense is getting better, but it's not great. So they're gonna have to throw. And the biggest reason here is I think Michael Penix loves Drake London, and as a young quarterback, he's gonna be the guy that he looks to because in their 2 games together, their 2 last games together last season, Drake London had 13 and 18 targets. For 7 and 10 targets, 106 and 187 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 13 and 18 targets is insane for Drake London. I think he's going to look to him all year long. Now, I like Brian Thomas Jr. better because the Falcons do have a great run game that they can lean on if they need to. But I think Drake London's going to be the guy, and I think he could make a push for Offensive Player of the Year should Michael Penix keep looking to him as much as he did last season.
That's a lot more exciting than mine, but I'll get right into mine. My who I ultimately think is going to win, I think, is Jamar Chase. But it kind of goes along with what Carson's saying. Team that's going to throw a lot with a bad defense. Bengals paid Jamar Chase, obviously, and T. Higgins. Didn't do jack on the defensive side, and their defense was garbage last year. So I think there's a great chance for Joe Burrow to just be slinging it like he did last year. And, of course, Jamar Chase is down there and catches damn near everything. So I think that's not very exciting, but it makes a lot of sense. Other guy that I believe in more than you guys, I think Saquon Barkley, man. I think he could run it back and defy all odds. All you freaking haters saying, oh, he's so due for an injury. No, this guy is so due for history this year. He's going to get another 2,000-yard season, Derrick Henry style, back-to-back, and he's got a strong shot for Offensive Player of the Year. I don't care how much he got used last year. This guy is he's an alien. Just forget about his early injuries. He's older. His muscles are more wise. They know to
wise.
Yeah, let's calm down. Let's carry this guy to victory. Let's not bring him down anymore.
The muscles get smarter.
Yes, they do. I mean, let's literally stick together, stay attached, stay strong.
Maybe he is different because he's like a newer generation, kind of like how a new car, it has fuel injection now, and the computer takes the data. And it adjusts everything to maximize your efficiency. Yeah. That's like Saquon Barkley's muscles.
Pretty much.
His muscles are taking this data. They're like, all right, we need to maximize. We need to know that we can only run at 70% power right now to conserve.
Yep.
Maybe he is an alien.
He is.
I've seen so many posts on both sides of the Saquon Barkley debate.
Yeah.
Of I'm taking Saquon at the 102 or 101. It's Chase and then it's Saquon. Then I've seen people. It's like, I ain't touching Saquon. He touched the ball 492 times last year. And there's other people who are like, he's different. And the other people are like,
no, he's not.
Yeah, he's really not different. He had 2 season-ending injuries in New York. Yeah. So I've seen both sides.
Oh, I see both sides. I'm just going full in.
I'm scared. I don't want any piece of that.
I'm trying not to think about it.
Fantasy-wise, I will feel so stupid if I take him at the 102, 103, and then he gets hurt. I'll be like, you should have seen this coming.
Well, the CMC owners will never do that. They'll never take him. They'll never take a Saquon early. They're scarred.
Yeah.
They're scarred.
I probably wouldn't take Saquon until middle of the second round.
Yeah, and he's not going to last all that long.
Yeah. That's still. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I'm scared, but I can see the hype because the side that's for it is he's behind the best offensive line in the league. So
yeah, pretty good.
For my Offensive Player of the Year, I went back to the strength of schedule, much like Carson did, and I went to the team that has the hardest strength of schedule. Their opponent's combined record from 2024 was 57.4. It was the New York Giants. They play against 10 of the 14 2024 playoff teams this season. So I think they're going to be behind a lot, regardless of how good the defense is. I don't think they can hold up forever, and that means they're going to have to throw.
Yes.
Throw to everybody's neighbor.
Yes.
Malik Neighbors.
Yes. I love it.
I like that he actually has better semblance. Semblance, is that a good word? Better semblance of quarterback play this year.
Semblance.
Look that up. Make sure I'm using that right.
They definitely are.
Is it spelled like a semblance, but without the A?
Yeah, without the A and without the first S.
2 S's?
Yeah.
No.
You can keep either the first or the second S in there.
The term semblance refers to an outward appearance or show that may not accurately reflect the true nature of something.
Okay, so the quarterback room looks better, but it might just be
not be.
Yeah. Yes, nailed this.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Some synonyms are appearance, show, resemblance, similarity.
Yes, but I do think the Giants quarterback room is, at least it looks better right now with Russ, and Jameis is still cracking jokes back there, and Jackson Dart if they need to use him. I think he's better than Danny Dimes was last year. So I believe that they're gonna have to throw the ball, and I believe if they're throwing the ball, they're going to Malik Neighbors, because I do like Wan'Dale Robinson, but I feel like it's a steep drop off from Malik Neighbors down to Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And I just think that we saw last year that this guy produced some absolutely crazy numbers, some crazy sideline catches on hospital balls that proved that he is a dog, no matter who's throwing him the ball, no matter how accurate that ball is thrown to him. I think he's going to come down with it, and I could see him putting up like 1,700 yards just out of sheer – and the Giants still maybe only win 5 games.
I agree. Yeah, I like that.
Just like 100 yards a game out of sheer need to, and then they still lose, and he's still going to be unhappy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year. I have the guy that's second in the odds race right now, and Aiden Hutchinson. I think he comes back. I like that his injury was not muscular related. It was skeleton.
Yeah, skeletal.
It was skeletal.
Yeah.
His skeleton's hurt,
Yeah, and I think that he's going to come back in the form that he left. I don't know if you guys remember, but I didn't realize how much of a tear he was on last season.
Oh, I do.
7.5 sacks through 5 games. That's a 25.5 sack season
ridiculous
pace, which is absolutely insane. This defense needs some pass rush. They have a good enough secondary and safeties and everything to get some coverage sacks every now and again. But Aiden Hutchinson, he's showing in training camp that he's winning on Penei Sewell at times.
Yep.
I think that there's no reason he can't do it again. And these other names on the list I don't love, because Micah Parsons, who knows what's happening with him. Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to be hard to win Defensive Player of the Year if your team only goes 3-14 because you just don't get much showtime or anything like that. TJ Watt, he gets injured, it seems like. Nick Bosa, Jared Verse. I just think that Aiden Hutchinson is the clearest winner in my eyes here. But I'd love to hear what you guys are going to say.
I am fully on board with Aiden Hutchinson.
Okay.
Coming back, dominating, not skipping a beat. He's all healed up. I'm sure he is raring to go and get back into it. That's just the mindset this guy has. And, yeah, he was on a tear whenever he unfortunately got injured. And he's one of those guys that plays with so much fire, he's going to be right back into it.
Yeah, he embodies everything that Dan Campbell wants his team to be.
Mm-hmm.
And through those 5 games last year that he played, he had 45 pressures, which is a crazy number. One of those games against the Seahawks, which Seahawks offensive line was bad last year, but he had 15 pressures in one game. Jeez. Just absolutely rattling Geno last year, and then got hurt the next week. But just crazy numbers. I didn't really realize this until I'm looking at his measurables right now, but the dude's 6'7".
Yeah,
he's
6'7", 270.
I didn't realize that either.
Yeah. And it is nice that he's young for him to bounce back from this injury.
Oh, yeah.
His bone Euler injury, if you will.
Yes.
Bone Euler. Skeletal, bone Euler, whatever.
Bone Euler.
I went with Defensive Player of the Year for me is Texans edge rusher Will Anderson Jr. I already laid out how good I think the Texans defense is going to be, and I think just the leader, the vocal leader and leader on the field as far as sacks, pressures goes, is going to be Will Anderson Jr. And I think that's just kind of help him gain more votes. It's like that Texans defense was great this year, and one of the biggest reasons, the leader of it, Will Anderson Jr. was there. So maybe he doesn't put up the crazy sack numbers that a TJ Watt might or Trey Hendrickson, but I think that he's just going to do an all-around amazing job that I think that he's going to earn enough votes to be Defensive Player of the Year on this Texans defense that I'm really projecting great things for this year.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
I like it.
He's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Coach of the Year. Mm-hmm. I'm going with the team that's going to really turn it around this season.
Yep.
And they have a lot of talent to help them do that. That's the Patriots. Mike Vrabel winning Coach of the Year. I think they're going to go from 4-13 to, as we all predicted, 10-7. Yeah, they added 4 offensive linemen that are all starting. They added Stephon Diggs. They drafted Kyle Williams, Trayvon Henderson. They beefed up this defense. They went out and got Milton Williams, Robert Spillane, Harold Landry, Carlton Davis. I think that Christian Gonzalez is finally healthy.
Yeah.
I think that the Patriots are finally going to put it all together. Drake May is going to kind of come into his own.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Some guys can't suck their own dick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And as we showed in our season predictions, I think that the Patriots' schedule is fairly easy for them to get those easy wins, get rolling, get some momentum going, get confidence. Then maybe they can even win some of the harder games and get up past 10-7. Nonetheless, I think Mike Vrabel is going to win Coach of the Year. I also debated Liam Cohen, but I think this defense is just too bad. I don't know if they can overcome it enough times for Liam Cohen to get his flowers.
Wish I could make it more interesting, but I'm on board with Mike Vrabel too. I'm a huge fan of his, and I've talked about it before. I think he got wrongly booted out of Tennessee, and then he just goes and hangs out with the Browns for a while, and now he's going to finally get his coaching shot again, back with the Patriots where he had a lot of history, and yeah, just what he's done already with this team, it is setting up to look very, very good and like a completely different team. With a quarterback going into his second year and a defense that's going to be coming together and all these pieces that are added. And, yeah, I think it's going to completely turn it around. Patriots fans are going to be wild like they used to be. Maybe not quite Super Bowl ready, but a completely different team that they can actually root for and expect to win on weekends or Thursdays or Mondays or Saturdays or every day the football is on, pretty much every day of the week. So, yeah, I'm on board with Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy at all from either of you guys. That would definitely be deserving, and I would love to see it. It'd just be a feel-good story. A guy, and a former NFL linebacker goes back to his team and just takes them to a 10-7 season. Steelers way.
With a massive chaw.
Yeah, absolutely. A double horseshoe maybe.
Yes, maybe double, yeah.
So I could see that happening. But staying and continuing to lead the Texans hype train for this year, I went with Texans head coach DeMeco Ryans. You could have argued that he did. Wait, did he win it in 2023?
He did.
He did. Well, I think he wins it again because I think that he being 13-4. I think that would be very, very impressive and almost getting the number 1 seed in my.
Oh no, he got I think he got robbed by.
It was Kevin Stefanski.
Yes, Kevin Stefanski. That's right.
Oh,
yes,
really?
so he is once again dude.
Yeah,
Dude.
In our hearts, he won in 2023.
Yeah, he did.
He definitely did. That's what I thought happened.
That was the dumbest thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, DeMeco Ryans. That gives me even more. That's why. Another reason why I really think he's going to win it is just because he hasn't won it yet, and he's had some really good teams and rebuilt that whole team in 1 year.
Oh yeah,
1 year.
Then lost it all in 1 year.
Yeah, well, they still won a playoff game last year.
Oh, that's
you
true.
got to forget about it. Yeah,
they didn't go back to full Texans.
Yeah, it's hard to believe they went 10-7 or whatever they went last season.
They were really crashing out at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that they go back to that season 1 spark, and DeMeco Ryans gets what he deserved in that Coach of the Year award this year. Sorry.
Heck yeah.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. It hurts, but I'm just going pretty damn chalk here. Ashton Genty.
Oh.
No, I'm going more chalk than Omarion Hampton, but Ashton Genty. I went him because he's in a run-first offense.
Sure.
He has the pass-catching ability.
Yeah.
And really the thing that convinced me through and through was the fact that Sincere McCormick, Amir Abdullah, all those guys last season got like around 5 yards per carry in this offense. I see no reason Ashton Genty can't. I don't care about the 3 rushes for -1 yard in the preseason game the other day. Preseason, that's all it's ever going to be. And I just think that Ashton Genty is going to have the easiest path, and maybe the second easiest path to success in the draft class, the most straightforward usage, and I think that he does have the most talent because he was my number 1 running back in this class.
Yeah, I could see that happening, and I strongly debated that too. I don't know. Lots of stuff is new at the Raiders that we like, but I guess I just can't trust it yet because I don't know. Like, we like Chip Kelly going there, but I guess I don't know exactly how that's going to work. Like, is Chip Kelly going to wrongly force the throw too much because he had Will Howard and slung it at Ohio State, but he also had those incredible running backs at Ohio State. So, like, he might use him correctly, but I wasn't brave enough to go with that. So I'm going with a different dude. It's a little more exciting. We talked about him earlier in the episode. Tyler Warren, baby. He's going to make a huge impact on that Colts team with Shane Steichen leading them. Just chess piece all over the field. I think Shane Steichen will be able to figure that out with him. And I think he's just going to be huge for that offense, especially with...
Figuratively and literally.
Yes.
That's a big man.
Big man. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Who cares? Put him everywhere, and I think he'll be able to be successful in the NFL. I think he's just going to be a very good chess piece. He might not have the craziest numbers, but I just think his all-around usage and importance to his team is going to shine.
I do love that pick. I think the NFL and fans are going to fall in love with his versatility.
Yeah.
I do think he's going to produce. He's going to have rushing yards, receiving yards, maybe some passing yards, maybe some pancake blocks.
Maybe.
He's going to do it all. But really the reason I couldn't do that is because how hard Brock Bowers got disrespected last year. Now,
True.
I know that Jaden Daniels went crazy and everything, but I don't see him getting the same numbers Brock Bowers had. I see him being much more versatile. And if Ashton Jeanty does have what we're considering a down year, I think Tyler Warren is right there.
Oh, yeah, because there's not really those stud quarterbacks this year.
No.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no, I love Tyler Warren for that pick. That's great.
Yeah, I think that makes a whole lot of sense. Another reason is because he will be probably doing some short crossing routes across the middle, easier throws for bad quarterbacks to hit.
Maybe some check downs, some screens even.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and he can make some noise after the catch with just how mammothly sized he is.
yes.
I went with the guy who in the preseason ran for positive yards, 2 carries for 9 yards.
Nice.
Yeah, Omarion Hampton.
Big numbers. Big numbers.
That's better than 3 for -1.
Yeah, it's true. It's like he's playing Penn State again.
Oh, yeah.
But Omarion Hampton, I've talked about it nonstop. Big Omarion Hampton guy. Gonna have a jersey coming in soon. Because I think he was RB1 in this class, and now with Najee Harris lighting off fireworks into his eyeball.
Yeah,
actually,
you can't do that.
I don't think it was actually a firework into his eyeball. I heard it was just like the flash got him.
What?
I don't know.
So he's blinded, not injured?
I don't
You
know.
got welder's flash.
I don't know. He got coaches are saying it was like a superficial eye injury, which makes me think that nothing impaled his eye. Which he probably wouldn't be back to playing
I don't
football.
like
at
the
all.
word superficial.
Superficial.
Means close to the surface, which I don't like any eye injury.
Well, I thought it was like a spark that landed his eye or something. Which it makes sense for superficial, I guess, because it's on the surface. So he just burned his eye.
Painful.
It's like David Njoku, but in the eye instead of the face. Maybe he's going to go off.
Joku must have closed his eyes.
He must have, yeah. I don't
Remember that.
Magic. Always close your eyes.
Always close your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, whenever you're going to be putting any type of explosive or fire in your face.
Yeah. Well, if you close your eyes, then you can't see where the firework is shooting.
Or just
That's true.
Or
Or
just
you
wear
can't see the
safety
show.
glasses.
You can't see the show.
You can't see the fireworks, so.
But who
Yeah.
does like safety glasses anyways?
Yeah.
Not
Safety
Najee Harris.
squints.
Safety squints.
Safety.
He didn't have his safety squints on.
Yeah. He only
hell
squints
yeah.
when he's running the ball and he can't see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Makes his legs tight, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't move.
Jeez.
Yeah, Omarion Hampton is going to start out
He's got
the
good
year.
cheese.
Good jeans.
Nah, jeans. He should have been. Okay, yeah, all right.
I'm not super worried about even whenever Najee Harris comes back. I'm not super worried about it. I think that Omarion Hampton already has more juice than Najee Harris, and that's not really saying a whole lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to start out as the clear RB1, and he's been getting all of the RB1 reps in camp ever since Najee Harris went down. So that just looks even better and even better and even better for him. So I think that once he gets rolling and gets going in those first 2 games behind an offensive line that's good, that got slightly worse because Rashawn Slater is now out for the year.
Yeah, that's not good.
The now like the Ashton Jeanty, Omarion Hampton debate of like who's gonna have the better rookie season, like it's starting to look closer and closer because
definitely.
like the Chargers obviously had the better offensive line, but then like you lost maybe one of the best left tackles in the NFL. And it's like
We're going to talk about that later.
What? You're gonna talk about that later.
Me personally, yes.
Oh, do you see how the NFL's now doing?
That's what I was gonna bring up.
Yeah.
Protector of the year.
Okay. I'll save it for you then, because
I was just gonna mention it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But Omarion Hampton, I think, gets off to a hot start, and I think keeps it up throughout the whole year.
Yeah. Chargers' run game was good last year.
Yep. They love to run the ball.
Yeah,
Greg Roman and Jim Harbaugh.
Gives me lots of confidence in Omarion Hampton.
Yeah, for sure.
Defensive Rookie of the Year. I hate to do it again, twice in a row, but I have to go the chalk once again here in Abdul Carter. He was in my albatross tier, scouting him, which is about as good as you can get.
About as good of names as you can get, too. The tier names are elite.
Yeah. You could go double albatross with a hole-in-one on a par 5. Ooh. But that's not going to happen.
No,
so.
Happy Gilmore shit.
Yeah, it is. So you have Abdul Carter now.
Yeah.
All the videos are coming out of camp. He's getting to the quarterback. He's looking just as fast as he did in college, hitting the spins, hitting the swims. He is going to be electric, and I think that the only reason I have for concern is the Giants, I feel, are going to be behind in games. Mm-hmm. So teams can just run the ball against him. He's not going to have as many opportunities to rush the passer because I could see them only passing 20 times a game against the Giants. And then he's in a rotation with Kevon Thibodeau and Brian Burns and whatever else they're going to do on that defensive line. So I am concerned there, but I think he's going to be efficient enough. He can get her done. Yes. But I am going to mention one more name for a little more excitement, and that is Will Johnson.
Oh, I love it.
I think Will Johnson's going to lock some guys down. Videos are coming out of camp. He's running routes for the receivers. He's all over it like stink on poop.
Nice.
And this is a team that is going to be behind, so teams are going to bad defense, so they're just going to pass the ball all over him. I think that he can get picks from that.
Yep.
And yeah, I think that he was a steal in the draft. He's looking healthy. He's looking like he did in college. I think should he get some interceptions and Abdul Carter have the concerns that I had with him, I think Will Johnson could be right in it.
I'm not concerned about talent level for Abdul Carter, just like you. But as far as whenever winning a season award, the rotation is what scares me. Is is he going to play every down? I don't know. I'm sure that he's going to be in there for passing downs whenever they can, because beat reporters coming out of Giants camp is saying that he obviously is the best rookie that they have, but he might be one of the best players on the team already. Is how good they are seeing him right now in camp. So
yeah, he's so good that I would never draft an IDP player in our Dynasty League. Our Dynasty League does IDP. But I'm considering drafting him if he falls to me. Because I think he's going to be right up there with all the top pass rushers in the league. And I think once this rotation dissipates and he has a full-time role, I think he's going to make an immediate push for Defensive Player of the Year. I think he's going to be the best pass rusher in the league within the next couple of years. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's really a bold prediction.
That's not a bold take.
No.
Number 2 overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's and Penn State's going to be proved to be edge U, just like LSU is wide receiver U.
Yeah, they have another one this year too. Dennis like Sutton Allen or Dennis Allen.
Oh, okay,
Sutton.
yeah. Because even throwing Chop Robinson in there too.
He's for the 2026 draft. I think he's already number 14 overall prospect.
Yeah.
So they got more edges coming. Mm-hmm. Penn State is good at edging.
Dude.
So good.
Nice.
Yep. So good.
Jerry Sandusky.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay.
For my defensive rookie of the year, I got the Penn State boys bringing home both the Rookie of the Year awards. I, of course, have Abdul Carter, too. Penn State is going to wrap up that Rookie of the Year award.
They don't need to wrap if they're edging.
It's true.
Don't need to wrap
Boom.
it.
You're right. So I'll throw out one other name like Carson did because I completely agree with everything we talked about with Abdul Carter. He's just a dog. So I think Malachi Starks has a strong chance to be Defensive Rookie of the Year on a great team that's more than likely going to be ahead in a lot of games. So he'll just be able to sit back and eat in that secondary and anticipate all the throws and everything like that. So I don't think that's a bold take either. I think he's going into an already great defense with a great offense. It's just going to be able to get ahead, and he's going to be able to be on his toes and anticipate and just be great in that secondary and make plays. So I think he's got a good chance of that too.
I think he's going to be very good in that defense. It helps that he has so much help around him. It helps that he's playing beside one of the best safeties in the league in Kyle Hamilton. Yeah. Kyle Hamilton likes to be kind of around the line of scrimmage or be in the slot. So that kind of leaves the back end at center field to be Malachi Starks and be just a predictor, what's the word I'm looking for? Somebody who's able to like jump past ball hawk. Yeah. Somebody who can just be a ball hawk.
Anticipator.
And that's the word I was looking for, anticipator. I think that Malachi Starks will be very good in that Ravens defense. I went with, if not for Dre Greenlaw, this guy would be my favorite defensive player in the NFL already. I had to go with Falcons edge, James Pierce Jr.
Yeah.
Because, not necessarily that I think he's going to be better than Abdul Carter, but as far as James Pierce Jr., either him or Jalen Carter could be the number one in the rotation. And it might just be them two on the field all the time. And I think that James Pierce Jr. right now is just a better pass rusher than Jalen Carter is. I think that Jalen Carter tried to do too many things at one time in college and just kind of ended up being a jack of all trades, master of none. Mm-hmm. James Pierce Jr. was phenomenal in Tennessee and just moves unlike many other 6'5", 245-pound guys that I have ever seen. Yeah. And I think that that's going to translate to the NFL. And I just like that he's just a real dude, man. Yeah. I literally would at the combine, I would have forgot my tank top too. Just be running the 40 in a hoodie and still run a 4.4 something. So I wouldn't do that, but I would forget my tank top.
Definitely, yeah.
So I love James Pierce Jr. and maybe anger issues aside, which kind of makes me love him more. But I think that he's going to be a good NFL player, great NFL player, and I think he's going to start right off the bat.
Yeah, I also debated Jalen Walker, but Jalen Walker, but
I said Jalen Carter.
Yeah, you did. You got me confused.
I was letting you go.
But he has had some injuries, and like Ian said, he's not as specialized in the area. I think Jalen Carter may provide better usage to this defense as the do-it-all role chess piece, but stats-wise, I think James Pierce Jr. probably will dominate.
Oh, definitely.
He is dealing with a hamstring injury right now.
James Pierce Jr. is too.
No. Jalen Carter.
Oh, yeah.
Me mentioned injury.
Jalen Walker or Carter?
Yeah.
Damn it! Walker.
Okay,
Jalen Walker is dealing with a little hamstring twinge.
Just a little hamstring.
Yeah.
Comeback player of the year.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I didn't pick anybody, but you can. Yeah, go ahead.
Go for it.
I'm just going to reiterate Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
I think he's going to come back strong, and he'll be ready to go. The other top candidates, Dak Prescott, Christian McCaffrey,
Nick Chubb,
Trevor Lawrence.
Probably Nick Chubb.
Maybe should be in there.
Yeah, Nick Chubb.
It's if I had to pick one, I'd probably go McCaffrey. Again, I think that the 49ers have a good season just based on how easy their schedule is, and I think that McCaffrey, regardless of how little or how much help they said they're going to use with Christian McCaffrey. Have you guys paid attention to the 49ers backfield? I mean, this is an every year thing, but
I thought they initially said they were going to use him not as much and just kind of take it easy on him, but now it seems like he's going to be a bell cow again.
Yeah.
Isaac Guerrero is hurt. That's their RB2. Their RB3 is Jordan James from Oregon, rookie. He's hurt.
Yep.
So now,
there's someone else there too.
Elijah Mitchell's gone, so it's not Mitchell anymore.
There's one more. I don't know.
But I think that Christian McCaffrey, regardless of what Kyle Shanahan says, a lot of times you can't believe what he says. And I think that just out of pure love for Christian McCaffrey, I think he's just going to keep him in there and he's going to get 20 carries a game.
I was thinking of Corey Kiner out of Cincinnati.
Okay, yeah, Cincy.
But Amir Abdul is also there.
Oh, sweet!
Yeah. But the reason I don't believe in Christian McCaffrey is because you may think he's due, but you'd be thinking wrong.
No, he's due.
Because if you're following the patterns here, he had 3 healthy seasons, 2 hurt seasons. 2 healthy seasons. It's time for 2 more hurt seasons.
No.
He's had
or
1.
is he tapering down? He started off
3,
2, 2.
1.
Yeah.
1.
So this is his last season.
Oh, damn.
So they win the Super Bowl.
No.
Yeah, they win the Super Bowl and he goes out. I could honestly see him retiring if they do win the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to Germany to get whatever drugs he was getting.
Nice.
All of them. Yeah.
Nice.
All of them.
All right, real quick, we'll talk about NFL Protector of the Year because
awesome.
I love that.
It's first time for the award, and it's pretty cool. It's good to see offensive linemen finally get some love because every other position in the NFL has a chance to win an award except offensive line. But I did see that Creed Humphrey and Penei Sewell did get some votes last year for Offensive Player of the Year.
The weapons.
Nice.
Yeah. So the odds leaders right now.
Derek Harmon, probably.
Penei Sewell, number one. Penei Sewell plus 600, Lane Johnson 650, Trent Williams 800, Mailata 900, Joe Alt 1500, Creed Humphrey, Laramie Tunsil, Dion Dawkins plus 2,000. Then it jumps up to 3,000 with the rest. Quentin Nelson, Joe Tooney, so on and so forth. So yeah, Penei Sewell and Lane Johnson are the current leaders right now. I'm surprised Trent Williams is up at plus 800 because he's due.
He's like 38.
He is.
Yeah, due for retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, Penei Sewell, Lane Johnson, they're both likely. I could see that. Maybe even Joe Alt, Mailata. It's hard to predict how good offensive linemen are going to be. There's not really any narratives you can build here.
Those Eagles ones have a pretty good shot at being good.
Yeah.
History shows.
I could see Alt. Like, it's not like Alt is going to jump over to the left side because I don't think it's going to happen because Rashawn Slater's already out for the year. But I could see a situation, if you want to build a narrative, where Joe Alt now has to, like, step up because he doesn't have his buddy over there. So now Joe Alt, he better not allow any pressures at all because you know the other guy on the other side who's filling in for Rashawn Slater might be allowing some pressures. So you better be doing your job and just expect/hope the other guy does his job. So Joe Alt, that 6'9" mammoth of a human.
Massive.
Yeah.
I'm really just trying to look at guys that have teams that get the ball out quick to avoid pressure as much as possible.
That'd be Trent Williams.
Yeah.
49ers.
Yeah, he's old though.
He is old. Very old.
Is Laramie Tunsil?
I like that pick.
Yeah,
On the
because
Commanders.
Commanders got the ball out like second or third fastest last year. So Laramie Tunsil could be good as well.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, I think that's all the awards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wraps it up. If you guys got any suggestions, feedback, comments, questions, concerns, whatever you think. Always looking for feedback.
Yeah, talk to us.
Do the playoff predictor yourself.
Yeah.
Let us know what you find out.
Do it. It's very, very cool. Very cool. But yeah, reach out to us. We got email laststopsportstalk@gmail.com. Hit us in the comments. Freaking, I don't even know what else. However,
Blaze us. I don't care if you not glaze. You can glaze us too, but you can just roast us. Last week we got a comment that we had Steelers at number 9 in our power rankings, and they thought that was ridiculous. I agree. But these two over here, Steelers fans are delusional right
best
now.
Best defense of all time.
Yep,
of all time.
I think we will have a bottom 10 offense.
Yeah, probably. That does not average out. That doesn't average out the top 10.
Yeah, if we have the
the best defense.
Yeah, the best. So number 1 and 22 would be the best we could do.
Oh yeah, that's
11.
11.
Yeah.
Some round.
We're not off the mark that far.
Yeah.
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 Can we put the playoff predictor link in the description?
Yeah.
Okay.
Check it out. Link in description below.
Next week, we're doing bold predictions. We're each gonna come up with, I haven't decided yet, between 3 and 5, probably more like 3 bold predictions on the year. These are going to be about anything. That can be about like team win records, they can be about player stats, they can be about fantasy, anything fantasy. There's going to be 3 bold predictions for the season. This is always an exciting episode, and I loved it last year. And you're very wrong, and there's some where you were very right. Like Cody was hardcore in on Saquon Barkley, and there you go.
I was on the episode last year, but 2 of mine would have hit.
Oh, yeah?
Mine was Eagles to win the Super Bowl and Jane Daniels to be a top 3 fantasy quarterback in the season.
Wow.
Boom.
The one of mine that was closest was Chase Brown. I had Chase Brown to get 1,500 plus yards from scrimmage, and he got like 13, 15.
Yeah. Not bad.
Pissed.
Yeah. So check us out on that episode. That is always fun. Thank you guys for watching this one. Again, let us know what you think. And we'll catch you next week for our bold predictions episode. See you then.